Hi, welcome on to Arsenal Fan TV now. The big game at the weekend is Arsenal taking on Southampton at St Mary's in the FA Cup. Really looking forward to it. I've got a special guest with me on the show today. It's Freddie. Look at the big smile on his face from the ugly inside, which is the Southampton YouTube page, which is an excellent page, by the way. Make sure you check it out. And he got a big smile on his face because they murdered Liverpool over the two legs. They're into the final of the League Cup. And look at him. Look at him. First of all, tell us about that game. That was a great performance.
Mate, I'm on cloud nine, and I tell you what, I'll be floating all the way to Wembley at the end of February. Can't believe we've done it over two legs. We've done exactly what we needed to do: sit deep, soak up the pressure, and the game plan was fantastic. And we excelled last night, and we've done what we needed to do. Shane Long, what a strike that was!
That was a brilliant strike, and you know what? The thing about it as well is that you did it without Van Dijk in the second leg, who to me has been one of your really impressive players this season.
Yeah, that's right. Van Dijk's probably been our outstanding player this season, by far. At least by a country mile in some games. He's not only just a defender; he's a leader. He's cool, he's composed. He can play anywhere on the pitch. He can take players on, and I'm not surprised by the price tags that the papers are pushing around 50, 60 million. I think the performances that he's put in are definitely worth that. A lot of people are saying 60 million. Yeah, you're out of your mind, mate. But if you watch Van Dijk every single week, he's become a love affair with the Saints fans because everybody loves him. Like I said, he's cool, composed, and he's a natural replacement for Font, I think.
Yeah, no, he's an excellent player. But interesting you say that. Font's gone because he's left, and Van Dijk, he didn't play against Liverpool, and there is a rumour that he may be out. I read somewhere that first of all they were saying he might be out for a couple of months. But what's the situation on him? Do you think he'll figure on Saturday?
Well, first of all, I think the report you saw was by the Sun. Don't believe anything you read in the Sun.
That's true.
They said he's up to 3 months, but there's been no official confirmation by the football club yet. The injury news is that he's got swelling and bruising on his left ankle. Jamie Vardy went straight for the back of him the weekend against Leicester. I think he's going to be a doubt for. I think he's going to be a doubt for Saturday's game, and I expect Yoshida and Stevens to once again partner again at the weekend.
Do you reckon? Because the interesting thing for me watching the game, and I was like, loving watching that game because I was like, yeah, keep going, get to extra time, go penalties because the longer the Southampton players play, that means that they're going to be knackered for the weekend. You've got a game on Tuesday night as well, just like we've got a game on Tuesday night against Watford. So we know that there'll be players rested for this game, but do you reckon there'll be a lot more players rested for Southampton than normal? Because, you've just had that really tough game against Liverpool, game on Tuesday, as I said, and then game against Arsenal. What sort of Southampton team can we expect?
I think it'll be, this is the thing, Claude Puel, I've seen a statistic, he's made over 180 changes this season. That's averaging about 5 or 6 every match day.
Wow.
So to be fair to him, on Wednesday, he only made about 3 or 4, which is below average this season. But I think we might see a similar team. Hopefully, the momentum can continue with the players that played against Wednesday. But like you said, a lot of the players will be knackered. The squad's been stretched hugely this season, not only just in the Premier League over the last couple of weeks, but also the Cup games, the Europa League before Christmas. Disappointing to go out of that competition, but we've marched on. We've adapted ourselves once again, and it seems like the team's actually moved on from Font's transfer. It seems like a cloud was hanging over the club because we couldn't pick up any points at all until last weekend. But it's a fantastic result taken into the FA Cup, and it's another competition that we want to win. And like I said,
Do you think you'll have the same sort of team like I had against Liverpool? You don't think you make a lot of changes to that?
There will be definitely some changes. I think for me, probably Jay Rodriguez probably won't start because he came off injured at half-time against Liverpool, apparently an ankle injury, which actually leaves us really short on strikers. If it's we don't know the extent of that injury yet, and it just leaves literally just Shane Long and strikers. Who fouls away at the African Cup, or went away to the African Cup, came back with an injury. Charlie Austin's out long term until at least March time, so it's only Shane Long that's left of our strikers. We need to dip into the market to help the depth into the team. I think what we'll see is a similar back line in Cedric, Yoshida, Stevens, and Bertrand. They're probably the best available at the moment. Our strongest would be Yoshida, Van Dijk, Bertrand, and Cedric. But Cedric and Bertrand have been outstanding all season. Forster will probably be staying in goal. Had an excellent game back at you guys in February. I think it was 10 saves that day.
Yeah, he's always making world-class saves against us.
He made another one last night as well, just slapping
Yeah,
the ball off the line.
yeah. It's very David Seaman. Like David Seaman made a save like that years ago. Although it was from his, in the case of Foster, it was sort of from his mistake, but it was a great recovery save.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, you're suggesting quite a strong team. I think with Arsenal, again, I think we're going to have to make changes. We got our game on Tuesday. That's a vital game against Watford that we really need to win if we need to, continue trying to make ground up on Chelsea. And I can see us leaving out guys like Alexis, Ozil. I'll be very surprised to see them play. I do, however, feel that we'll still have quite a strong team. I can see probably, from what I heard, Welbeck's going to start. Walcott's back, so he might get a start. Oxlade-Chamberlain. The midfield will be interesting because, of course, Xhaka stupidly got himself sent off last week. So maybe Coquelin-Ramsey in there. Or maybe a youngster might get thrown into that area. But I think it'd be quite a mature team. Ospina in goal, who's a top-quality keeper. Maybe Gabriel. Maybe no Koscielny in that team. I'm not 100% sure what he'll do. But I think it'll be quite a strong team. And obviously, we're going to be fresher than you guys because that must have taken a toll. You really put a lot of work into that win over Liverpool.
Yeah, absolutely. We chased the game not for just the 90 minutes, but the 2 weeks before that we chased that game as well. And fair play to Claude. Well, he's had his critics. I think he silenced them kind of temporarily last night. Got to our first major cup final in our first major cup final in 14 years.
Remember the last one?
Arsenal in 2003 in this competition.
Now, listen, it's going to be a tough game for us because you guys seem to be our bogey team, and you're telling me about the record. I mean, I didn't even know it was. Remind me again.
The last time
we beat you lot at St Mary's.
The last time Arsenal beat Southampton at St Mary's was in 2003.
Wow. I can't believe that. That's going to change. That's changing. It's changing Saturday. I think we've got you this week.
Well, I think the spirits are high. The momentum hopefully is going to carry through this weekend, and the fans.
Be knackered. You're not going to be knackered.
I think the adrenaline is going to carry us through to the next round, mate.
So you're confident though. You think you're confident that you'll get a result?
Well, quietly confident. Because, like we said, it's been a tough run of games. The team's been stretched. It's going to be interesting to see which team, because he does make a lot of rotations, but the spirits are high, and I think that momentum is going to carry through to Saturday night. All
right, well, listen, I'm looking forward to it. We have had some horrible... I mean, I remember that Boxing Day game at St Mary's. That sticks long in the memory. That was terrible. We've got to go down there and reverse that. There'll be a lot of Arsenal fans travelling down there. We sold out of our allocation, so it should be a great atmosphere. The last round against Preston, the atmosphere was incredible. And I don't know, hopefully we're catching you at the right time, but really looking forward to it, Freddie. Good luck. Tell us about your channel again if people want to subscribe.
Yeah, so we're a Southampton fans channel and fanzine, longest serving fanzine for Southampton Football Club since 1988. We do a lot of Southampton content, match previews, fan cams, that sort of stuff.
Brilliant. Well, and the name of it, don't forget to tell them the name of it.
The Ugly Inside.
You can't forget that name, The Ugly Inside. It's going to get ugly on Saturday, hopefully, for us. Right? But looking forward to it, and I'll see you on Saturday, Freddie. Looking forward to the game, Southampton versus Arsenal.
Thanks for having me on, mate.